Want to know how to fix your credit score in Canada? Let's turn your bad credit rating into a good credit rating. In this week's video, I'm going to give you 5 tips to help you rebuild or fix your credit rating in Canada. Hello, my name is Patrick Fields, Edmonton real estate guy. I'm licensed with RE/MAX Select, and I've been helping nice people buy and sell homes since 2002. Now, most of us have missed a payment for a utility bill or made a late payment for a credit card and harmed our credit history and credit score without even knowing it. If you've used over 50% of your credit card limit, you might have damaged your credit score. If you didn't pay your minimum balance on your debts or you've maxed out your credit, you've probably done some damage to your credit score. Past mistakes can have a huge impact and hurt our chances of qualifying for a mortgage loan or getting the best interest rate available. But the good news is, you can fix it. Now, it'll take some time and effort on your part, but it's pretty easy to rebuild your credit in Canada. Let's get started. Step 1. Check your credit report. The first step in rebuilding your credit is determining which areas need improvement, and getting a copy of your credit report is the best way to go about it. Do you have a lot of late or missed payments? Is your debt percentage too high? There are many factors that can lower your credit score, and your credit report is where you can see where you went wrong. Once you've identified the reason behind your low credit score, you'll be able to work on correcting it. It's also very important that you check your credit report often for any errors or fraudulent accounts. Identity theft is real and can severely affect you and take a long time to fix. Now, you can get a free copy of each of the credit bureaus in Canada, Equifax and TransUnion, once a year. Each credit bureau may have different information about your credit history on file, so it's a really good idea to get a copy of your credit report from both places. And I'm going to have links to their sites down in the notes below. If you discover something not right on your credit report, bring it up to their attention so that they can fix and revise what they're reporting. Step number 2, fix any issues. Make arrangements to bring your accounts up to date and pay down your debts. Now, there's 5 criteria that these companies use to calculate your credit score, and payment history is the largest factor. So if you've been behind on any payments or you haven't been making your payments on time, your credit score won't improve unless you get your accounts up to date. And I made a video that talks about how credit score is calculated. I'll put a link to it right up there. If you're in a tough spot and you can't afford to bring all your delinquent accounts up to date at once, contact your creditors to see if you can negotiate a payment arrangement that works with your budget. If you're not able to make an arrangement, you might want to talk with a credit counselor to help you create a plan to bring your accounts up to date and pay down your debt. And there's many accredited non-profit counselors that are willing to help you. The amount of debt you have owing in relation to the available credit you have is the second most important factor in your credit score. So let's say your available credit limit is $10,000 and you're using $7,500. Your credit utilization is at 75%. If you're using a good chunk of your available credit, it can have a negative impact on your credit score. So it's so important to pay down as much of your debt as you can. Ideally, you want to try and get your debt utilization down to under 50%. 35% or less is the very best though. For every debt you pay down, your credit utilization will decrease, which will help you with your overall credit. If you use more than 75% of a credit card, line of credit, or overdraft, this will have significant negative impact on your credit score until all balances are paid down. Next is step 3, build or rebuild your credit. Maybe you don't have any credit yet, or maybe you've developed a plan to pay down your debts and get your payments up to date. The next step is to build a consistent payment history. A very important part of building credit is showing that you can pay back the money you borrowed and prove to creditors that you can responsibly manage your debt. One of the best ways to do this is with a secured credit card. Now, a secured credit card functions like any other unsecured credit card in that you'll have access to credit and your payment information will get reported to the credit bureau each month. But unlike other credit cards, you have to give them a security deposit before you can use the card. The amounts can range anywhere from $100 to $500 or more. And this deposit assures the creditors that you're going to pay the money back that you borrow. When you use your secured credit card to make a purchase, those purchases aren't deducted from the security deposit. Instead, you have to repay the amount to the credit card company as you would with a regular unsecured credit card. How you use your secured credit card will affect your credit score as it conveys to your creditors whether you can handle credit responsibly. So it's very important to only make essential purchases that you know you can pay off as soon as the statement is due. After 6 months to a year of making steady payments and staying within your balance, you can ask if your secured credit card can be upgraded to an unsecured card. Using credit cards is one of the best ways to help you rebuild your credit. However, you need to remember that having any sort of credit card doesn't mean you can go on a spending spree if you really don't need the stuff and you can't afford to pay off the balance in full before it's due. Step number 4, make your payments before the due date. If you're building credit or rebuilding your credit, it's absolutely critical that you make your payments on time, and this goes for non-credited bills as well. A missed utility payment, an outstanding cell phone bill, or an old parking ticket could get reported and be harmful on your credit bureau, so it's so important that you start establishing a reliable payment history by paying at least the minimum payment on all your bills by the due date. You want to avoid missing payments or constantly making late payments. This is so important. There's no excuse for making late payments. If you do your banking online, pay the bill as soon as your statement comes in. Just set the payment date for a few days before the bill is due and make sure you note that that money is coming out of your account. If you're not able to pay your balance off in full every month, at least make the minimum payment on each of your debts before the due date. Late payments and missed payments will count against you and negatively impact your credit score, and then you'll have to start all over again. You could set up automatic bill payments so that your bills are paid automatically each month. This way you never miss a payment and you won't have to pay for stamps or envelopes or checks or running out to the bank. Automatic payments can be for a set amount each month, or they can just be for the minimum payment. Now there are drawbacks to automatic payments though. You need to make sure that that money's in your account when the automatic payment is scheduled to take place. If you've set up the automatic payment yourself on internet banking, nothing will happen if there isn't enough money in your account and you'll miss that payment. If the bank or someone else has set up the payment, it could overdraw your account if you don't have enough money on hand, and then it results in an expensive NSF fee. Step number 5, adopt good financial habits. This is easy, right? Don't spend money you don't have. Developing smart spending and saving habits are crucial to rebuilding your credit score. And one of the best ways to do this is with a budget that accurately reflects how much you earn and how much you'll spend. Honestly, with a budget, you'll know how to be able to manage your money so much better. With a budget, you'll be able to determine in advance whether you have enough money to cover all your expenses. And if you don't have enough money to cover your expenses, you can use your budget to prioritize your spending and focus your money on areas that are just as important to you. Just grab yourself a piece of paper and a pen, write out how much you earn, and then deduct all your payments that you make each month. It doesn't have to be fancy spreadsheet or anything. Just write out your rent, food, car payments, gas or transit costs, utilities. Do all your essential costs first. You could create a checklist of all your bill payments and make note of all the payment dates. And this can help you remember where your money needs to go and when, and then you'll never make a late payment. Another good financial habit to adopt is learning how to live frugally. Now, living frugally is more than just pinching pennies and not spending any money. It's about making mindful choices so that you'll be able to comfortably live within your means. By doing this, you'll be able to pay off your debt and rebuild your credit so much faster. Stick with these good financial habits, and it'll be much easier for you to clear up any bad credit history. I hope you found this information helpful. If you like the information that I covered here, please give it a thumbs up. If If you want to be an educated buyer or seller and learn more about the home buying or selling process and what to watch out for, then hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my next video, and ring the little bell to be notified when my next video is released. And as always, you can view listings of homes for sale on my website anytime at edmontonalbertahome.ca. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next time.